Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Brev. Welcome to another episode of What Would Brev Do, the series where we play an entire ranked seasons game from start to finish, and I talk about everything that's going on in my head while we do it. This is episode 3 for MLB The Show 22. I'm excited about this episode. We're going to be using the same lineup as we did in the last video, but I'm extra excited about this episode because we're going to be pitching with this Cy Young Dallas Keuchel card, which has easily been my favorite pitcher so far this year besides live series Shohei. Pretty good stats. Granted, I've played some events, some lower tier ranked games, but only a 2.38 ERA so far, and definitely a card I feel like I can dot with a lot. And do a lot of weird pitches with, do some stuff that maybe you guys haven't seen before. Overall, I just think the card is extremely good, and I've had a ton of fun using him. So we're actually at 854 rating, which is roughly the same area that we were when we recorded the last video. After we took the L in episode 2, we did play one more ranked game and won. So we basically got back to square one at around 850. So still about 3 wins away from World Series. Definitely excited to have Keuchel on the mound, though. He's been pitching so well for me. I feel like he's such a perfect early game card. Like, his pitch mix is amazing. Velo isn't as important when all the hits per 9 aren't as high. And his control is amazing. So we got quite the challenge on our hands here. This guy doesn't have all the collections done, but he does have Frank Thomas, it looks like. So not the ideal guy to queue into when you got a lefty starter on the bump, someone that's got Frank in the lineup, but we will make do. But yeah, Dallas so far, one of my favorite pitchers, and definitely the guy I have the most confidence in when he takes the bump for me. So hopefully you guys can learn a lot from the sequencing and stuff with this card. And obviously, if you couldn't tell from my opinion on him so far, I definitely think he's worth picking up. It's debatable if you want to do the live series collection or not. And I guess if you don't know how to get him, he is the collection reward for doing the Houston Astros live series collection. When I got him, he was around 35-40K, so I would absolutely pay that for him if he was on the market and you get to work towards the live series collection at the same time. So at this point in the year, I absolutely think the card is worth it for sure. Anyway, he had a really good swing on that sinker away to start the game. We got a lucky fly out. Now we're pitching to his cap, who's got a Josh Donaldson batting stance. Love to see it. JD, honestly, one of my favorite players. It's a shame he kind of had a falling out before the Oakland A's traded him. Anyway, this guy's bat is obviously very fast so far. So this is why Keuchel is so nice, because you can throw the slider kind of middle or up. And the par doesn't increase a whole lot. So that's an amazing take by him. Wow. But you can really do a lot of cute stuff with Keuchel, right? He's got sinker, cutter, changeup, which is obviously really good. And then the slider control is amazing, so you can really spot it anywhere. Based on this guy's bat speed, I think we just keep spamming off speed until he makes an adjustment. He's gotten a couple lucky foul balls here, and that time he did actually have good timing, but we got it far enough inside that he wasn't able to do much with it. So you can see the amount of break Keuchel has on his slider too. Really, really good. But overall, my opponent's bat speed has been pretty fast so far, so we're going to try to stick to the slow stuff. Try to stay away from sinker cutter, I guess, until he clearly makes an adjustment, or until we feel like we can get him, paint him looking with 2 strikes or something. We'll try to run the cutter in on the hands just in case he's turning and burning here. And he was actually late on it, so it looks like he's already adjusted. Either that or he just didn't see that pitch well. The latter's actually probably more likely, so we'll try not to read too much into that swing, actually. We'll try to stick with the off-speed as we go into inning number 2, but a solid first inning from Keuchel, as he always does. Facing Casey Mize. So Casey Mize has essentially the same pitch mix as Dallas Keuchel. Throws a little bit harder, has a little bit worse control, and obviously from the right side. So we can try to attack this card much in the same way we expect to attack him with Keuchel. So 2 strikes early for Buxton here. We're kind of just reading and reacting. Swinging late at that curve. Had to protect a little bit. Since I swung late at that, he might go hard stuff now. So we'll keep a fast bat. And he did. Beautiful. So that's us reading our opponent reading us before it happened. So what happened there is we swung late. And so one might derive from our late swing that he... I really hope he doesn't quit, man. This guy's scaring me. One might derive from the late swing that my bat speed is slow, or I'm just not going to be able to catch up to a fastball. So the natural progression of sequence you know, for a typical sequencer, someone that doesn't have a lot of information on you would be most likely to go hard stuff after that pitch, long story short. I hope that makes sense. I kind of over-explained it, but pretty common if you swing late at something that someone might think you can't hit velocity and come back with something hard. So we just crushed a four-seamer. I'm surprised he's actually gone 3 straight hard pitches after that. That's pretty unusual. Got to lay off the stuff inside here, as always. Got to try to not swing at the sliders at our feet. That was a pretty bad swing by us. We luckily fouled it off. And again with the late timing, and that's a great mix-up from him. So I did the exact same thing we did last at-bat, and he mixed it up with a slider. We got a lucky foul ball. And we get an up-the-middle base hit for Jazz, who is almost super fractured. Also, he loves that curveball in that spot with 2 strikes. We've seen it twice now. So we will keep that in mind as well, see if we can get him to hang one. Sinker inside here, probably. Beautiful. So, I'm not from the future. I'm not Nostradamus. Let's talk about what just happened in that at-bat. So, basically the opposite of the first at-bat, right? He threw off-speed. Curveball, we crushed it right up the middle, right? I'm pretty sure we hit it over 100 miles an hour. So natural progression, this is something I talk about a lot. When you crush a certain type of pitch, a lot of the natural reaction for the next pitch is going to be the exact opposite. So when I crushed that curveball and hit it right up the middle, 100 miles an hour, especially with a guy like Pujols at the plate next who has a closed stance and kind of hugs the plate, makes a lot of sense for him to try to run a sinker in on our hands, and makes extra sense considering a double play would be very good for him there. So a lot of factors leading to us being able to tell that the most likely pitch we were going to see is a sinker inside. So we just had to be ready to turn on it, and we did. And Pujols is insane. Great swing by us from Seager as well. Got a little unfortunate with the launch angle result there, but great first inning from us here. Getting off to a very hot start. And we also just picked up some information that he tried to backdoor a slider in a 3-2 count. So, should we get to another 3-2 count in the near future, that's the pitch we'll be looking for. Now we are going right on right with Luis Robert, trying to be a little patient here. We got a lot of speed at the plate, so a walk would be good. Unfortunately, he starts us 0-2, and there's that curveball again. So 3 times now, he likes that curveball right around here with 2 strikes. Something to look for. Again, we're just trying to pick up on tendencies, learn as much as we can as we move throughout the game. Good paint there. We're lucky to foul it off, fight it off there. Swung late again. Since we crushed it last time, I don't know if he'll go fastball again, but it would make sense. And there's the curve. So it's honestly surprising because curveballs aren't that good on this game, but that's obviously a pitch he's going to favor with 2 strikes. He's thrown it to almost every batter, so we just have to hope that he leaves one over the middle one of these times. If I was a little more locked in, I would have been able to lay off of that. That wasn't too close to the strike zone, but, you know, you can't win them all. With how much he's pausing, I'm almost wondering if he's warming someone up. I'm wondering if we won't see a whole lot of Casey Mize here this game. Or maybe he has to go to the bathroom. The analyst will never know. Very happy with how this first inning's gone, though. I feel like we've been all over him. Now with Belly with the shift on, hitting against the shift is something you'll see me do well a lot. Obviously looking for pitches outside that we can take the other way. Right on left, usually that involves like sinkers outside. People like to throw that kind of pitch. That was a 4-seam, so you can see where my PCI ended up. I would have crushed a sinker. But really laying off the inside pitches and looking for the outside pitches early in the count. I know that seems kind of obvious on paper, but it's a bit harder to do in practice and make yourself stay true to that approach. Good pitch from him. Again, a bad 2-strike swing from us, but we did put up 3 in the inning. Couple of bombs. And now we go back to work with Dallas Keuchel. Again, last inning, his bat was pretty fast. I imagine he'll be pressing a little bit here now that he's down after the first inning, so we'll stick to the off-speed. And he really does not like swinging at that low and in changeup first pitch, so we've kind of stolen some first pitch strikes on him. Try to go slider off the plate here. Obviously, Frank is a scary at bat. I'm glad he's up with no one on. We missed our spot there. Left it over the plate, and luckily he swung under it. I think he missed with his PCI, but we're lucky to get out of that pitch against Frank Thomas. And it appears he has slowed his bat down a little bit. We'll see. I'm going to throw another changeup just to test him. I don't really know where he's at. And again, he's not swinging at it. So you can see just the control that Keuchel has. We're able to steal first pitch strikes, and they're not even bad pitches at all. They're just changeups on the black. The card has such good control, man. We run the cutter off the plate in the same tunnel. Get him to chase for an easy out number 2. He was early on the cutter there. I'm going to try to sneak this sinker in here. This maybe isn't the best pitch. All right, he did take it. So we may have to adjust because we are going down and in like every pitch to start every at-bat, I mean. So we need to be conscious of our own tendencies as well. It's working right now, but at any moment he could turn on it. But in general, I think working the down and in tunnel is really good with Keuchel because, you know, he always has the threat of the front door sinker against righties, which is something we're going to go to now. Since he did just fight off that slider and he may be conscious of this tunnel now. And we absolutely dot him. So that's just a clinic on working the tunnels, man. If you guys don't know what tunneling is, it's throwing pitches that look like they're coming into the same spot out of the hand, but they actually are different pitches. So we focus on the down and in tunnel, so we threw a slider that broke at his feet, and he fouled it off. After that pitch, he's probably like thinking, man, I got to stop chasing. And so then we come back with the sinker in the same tunnel, so it looks like the same pitch, but it actually breaks in the zone and catches the zone for a strikeout. Keuchel, great with tunneling. In general, any pitchers with sinker cutter are great with tunneling. Another 2-strike curveball for the record. Looks like an insane take, but he's throwing it like every time. And I hope what I'm saying in regards to pitching with Keuchel is making sense. He left that splitter over the plate and we missed it. We haven't seen a ton of splitters yet this game, so can't be too upset about missing that one. Haven't really found the PCI movements on it so far this game, so it's okay. Might be a slow inning for us, having 7, 8, 9 up, and obviously Keuchel's not going to get taken out anytime soon. So we make a couple of quick outs here, and I'll probably just take till 2 strikes with Keuchel here just so I can get the pitch count up a little more and see a few pitches, not let him get out of this inning with, you know, 5 pitches thrown. So I've had better innings offensively for sure. In general, I kind of like taking till 2 strikes with your pitcher anyway, unless it's like an RBI spot and you think you can steal one. Or obviously unless your pitcher can hit, which Dallas Keuchel definitely cannot. Good outside sinker there. He'll probably just come after me. Again, normally I'd say we want to try to lay off the sliders inside, but I don't think he's going to throw it. He'll probably just throw something in the zone. Since I have my pitcher up. Pretty good swing. Not a bad Dallas Keuchel swing there. We hit it about 180, which is maybe the farthest I've ever hit it with him. And we go back to work. Aaron Judge, Mookie Betts, and Casey Mize. This will be interesting to see what he does here. I know it's the top of the 3rd, but if he gets some runners on here, you could absolutely make the argument for him to pinch hit for his pitcher here. So we'll see what he does. First things first, let's get Judge and Betts out. Try to work this low and in tunnel again, and he ends up taking it. Interesting take there. I wanted to come back to the sinker, but he might be ready. I'm going to throw it up just because I haven't yet. Yeah, that take seems like he wasn't really expecting it. I almost want to double up. It'd be such a weird sequence. I don't think he's ready for this. Ooh, I think he was late side of good. Good swing, though. Dang, that was maybe a little bit too cute. We get that ahead in the count, we should be getting him to try to chase. He was just late. We kind of got the result we wanted. Let's try this down and then change up first pitch again. He takes it again, so we take our free strike. And now this is a pitch we featured last episode. Going to try to get a double play with this sinker just below the zone. Need it to be a little bit outside, too, to be believable. He wanted it. All right, I definitely can't throw it 3 times in a row, so Let's try an up and in cutter. He's all over it. And so naturally now we would want to go off speed. So I'm actually going to try to be one step ahead and front door the sinker again. And he was late. Beautiful. So he's kind of applying the practices that we talked about and executed in the first inning. He crushed, you know, basically a fastball foul. It was a cutter. So normally as a reaction I would want to go off speed because that's kind of a scary result for me. But we ended up going with the hard stuff again just to kind of counter his mindset there. He's swinging away with Casey here. He gets lucky and hits it in the air. In that situation, if it's me, I'm striking out on purpose. Sacrifice bunts just don't work how they're supposed to on this game. I bunt into so many double plays. And I'd rather just take the one out than two. And he finally lets it rip on the down and in changeup. So I talked about us needing to be conscious of our own tendencies. That was definitely a spot where he took advantage, and it's going to cost us a run. So good mix-up on him, finally letting it rip on that one. It was a good time to do it, too, with a runner on first. So absolutely beautiful from him. And we are going to have to adjust from here on out. Still a good outing from Keuchel, giving up our first 2 hits of the game this inning. And a bit unfortunate from us. We did misplay there. Could have prevented that run for at least that pitch by you know, just mixing it up a little bit. But we're still up 3-1 going into the third. Still get a hit against Casey Mize since he did leave him in. And we'll try to go back to work with the top of our order. Try to see some pitches again here with Buxton. You know, obviously hitting right on right with the speed. It's good to get ahead in the count if you can, if they're going to throw you balls. He hasn't really hosed this one down the middle like that much this game, so unfortunately we just take that. Sorry for the pausing. I don't really know what he's doing. Maybe he's looking at his pen again, I don't know. So excited to get Jazz to parallel 5. It's going to be amazing having him at shortstop with diamond defense. All right, fastball inside, slider away. He loves the cutter or the curveball down low now, so we'll look out for that. He went changeup or splitter, same thing. This is robbable. I hope he doesn't do it. It was a beautiful swing from us. Buxton goes dead center for his second bomb of the game. So that was a bit reactionary. He definitely left that middle and he didn't want to. But the whole reason we're able to crush that is because our bat's slow, right? We're looking off speed in that spot because he's thrown us a curveball every single time, basically, most of the time in that spot. And he hasn't really ever thrown us a fastball or challenged us when he's got 2 strikes on us for basically the entire game. So just by having a slow bat and looking off speed in that one, we were able to, you know, have good timing on the splitter. And now 3-1 here with Jazz. I am going to take this pitch just because having the speed on base would be great momentum for this inning. And he paints us here. So last time 3-2, he tried a slider, so that's what we're looking for. And he went curve, and he totally missed his spot, so we take our walk there with Jazz. And he's definitely not going sinker inside here because we crushed the last one. Oh, dang it. We're all over him, man. He accidentally threw it for a ball, I think. And we just fly out to the track. So you can see we were sitting low and away off speed there. It's because literally deja vu with this sequence of events here. We had a runner on first with Pujols up. Last time he went sinker inside, and we destroyed it. So I just knew he wasn't going to do that again. There's the curveball with 2 strikes again. Again, the tendencies. The bat's slow with 2 strikes because he hasn't thrown us a fastball in 2 strikes once. Could be sinker inside here again. Good mix-up. In order for this guy to keep me a little bit more off balance, again, these episodes are never to bash on my opponent. I'm just kind of talking through what's going on. He should be trying to feature a little bit more hard stuff with 2 strikes. It's an extremely unfortunate double play. We swing just over the top. I've been doing that so much this year, it's actually frustrating. Like, that's a good swing. I'm just a pixel over the ball, and I make 2 outs in a big spot. It sucks. Anyway, he should be trying to challenge us a bit more, because every time he gets us to a 2-strike count, basically, he's working off speed, which is, you know, normal, traditional pitching, but very easy to sit back on everything with 2 strikes, whereas if he literally just like threw a front door sinker one time to a lefty with 2 strikes, it would make me a lot more conscious of basically anything he could throw in that tunnel. So, hope what I am saying makes sense. We're trying to stay far away from the changeup down and in now, since he's shown us that he will take advantage there. I almost wonder with these takes if that's what he's looking for, so let's try to go slider in that tunnel. Off the plate, see if he swings. And he wanted it a little bit. Seemed like he saw that pitch really well. We'll go back to the sinker away. I don't really know where he's at right now, so I'm kind of just feeling him out. Looks like he saw that pitch pretty well too. So we did go sinker up and in last time after a sinker, so we'll try to go this slider that's a little bit higher and maybe get him to swing. We did. Beautiful. So that tunnels. Again, you're going to hear me talk about tunneling a lot, and it's very easy to do with a guy like Keuchel who just hits all his spots all the time. That tunneled exactly like the up and in sinker that we threw earlier, right? Remember, we threw the up and in sinker to Judge. He took it up the middle for a single. Obviously, our opponent's going to remember that. He's going to be looking for that because it's one of the few hit results he's had this game that has been good. So we kind of play off of that and make it look like the same pitch, but get him to swing at a ball. Alright, I think we'll go sinker inside again here too. It's hard to resist just pounding sinkers in left on left. It's such a hard pitch to hit. So we kind of just destroyed Kirk Gibson there. And we're back to work offensively. Again, we're looking for stuff outside early in the count for belly. And that is just absolutely perfect execution. You guys won't see me swing first pitch a lot. But with the shift on, I actually swing early in the count all the time. Because people can and will pitch you outside with the shift on. And if you take a swing like that with good timing, you're just going to poke it the other way for extra bases all the time. Absolutely love hitting against the shift, man. When they take it away next year, I think my batting average is going to go down like 50 points. All right, let's stop talking about that and focus in, since we just got hosed 2 pitches and didn't swing. Good spot from him there. He finally did go 4-seam with 2 strikes, so I do like that from him. Good mix-up. He tried to paint us. And now, with the pitcher on deck, runner in scoring position, we have to be extremely aggressive with Brian Reynolds here. Basically, anything in the zone. That was a good front door, so I didn't see it. We need to be trying to put the ball in play here. Another 0-2 curveball, so that's an easier take than it looks because we've seen it before. Little backdoor cutter tunnel. It was a 4-seam though. Big splitter take. I imagine he's going to try to throw another fastball or sinker here. Another splitter and he hung it. I was wrong there. I'm sad I missed that pitch. And there's the slider. Dang. Just over the top again. We're at 65 pitches through 4 for Mize. But we definitely could have scored more. Here's a spot where we may be looking for just like a sinker over the middle here, since we got a runner in scoring position. See if we can just cheat a single here. It would be absolutely massive. Good pitch from him. Saw that the whole way. Pretty easy take. And he goes 4-seam up and in. So he actually did exactly what I said he should do that inning. Multiple at-bats where he had 2 strikes on me and ended up going 4-seam fastball. And he got 2 outs to show for it. So great adjustment by him. He's definitely keeping himself in this game by pitching extremely well as we move forward after that rough first inning. You can see we ran the cutter in on his hands. It's the same tunnel as the changeup. So we're trying to just stick to that tunnel and, you know, maybe he's looking for the changeup and he already crushed one for an RBI double, so that's the pitch he's after now. I wanted that lower, but I guess it worked out. Try sinker off the plate here. Pretty uncommon that they swing at this before 2 strikes. And he actually did. I'm glad I got that one off the plate because he wasn't able to get all of it. And in all honesty, with his right-handed hitters up, he's been hitting those sinkers away pretty well. So I think we just need to trust and stick to our approach and continue to pitch these righties inside. Since, you know, pitching outside hasn't bode too well for us. We've gotten some outs on pitches out there, but he's also taking great swings.
Well, on the mound, very efficient, able to produce an outcome.
Let's try the same cutter pitch. Good take. Now we're going to try to front door sinker, but I'm going to throw it belt instead of low, just because it's a tunnel he hasn't seen much. And he was late and under it, so that's basically exactly what we wanted to see there. So since he was a bit late and under it, it means he probably jammed his PCI to the low corner. So great spot for us to do a little bit of a locational mix-up there and get him to hit a lazy fly ball to center. And this guy has definitely been a little bit more aggressive early in counts. He's pounding the zone for sure. And so if we get runners on, I really want to try to do it with runners on because a home run's worth more runs, obviously. But we'll keep that in mind, and if we can get one or two guys on base, and we'll just sit four-seam first pitch and see if he continues to hose this one in those situations. Again, looking out for the curveball low here or any type of off-speed. Off-speed again. Last time, basically every 3-2, he's gone off-speed, slider splitter. And he did try to mix up, but we get the walk. So he missed his spot there. Another speed demon walk, and I think I'm going to sit four-seam here. Good sinker. I just don't want him to think he can just continue to hose pitches to us down the middle. First pitch. It's okay to be patient, but at a certain point, we got to just let him know that it's not going to fly. All right, 2-2 here. We'll see if he comes back with the four-seam. He's liked it the last inning. And he threw a front door sinker. And we take it out with Jazz for a 6-1 lead. Bat was fast there because we're playing off his adjustments. You know, he's thrown a lot more four-seams. The last inning, we can kind of see him have a change of pace there with his pitcher, and he's going to go ahead and call it a game. So we get the W in What Would Brev Do, Episode 3. Honestly, even though we gave up a run in 5 innings, pretty good pitching clinic with Dallas Keuchel. Good offensive game, but honestly, you're going to learn a lot from the pitching from this game. So I hope you guys did. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe if you're new. That helps me out a ton, and we're going to be posting a lot of these episodes throughout the year. So thanks for watching. Take care. We'll see you all in the next one.